Hello everyone, good day for all. Welcome back to yet another episode of Ayurveda Samveda, a smart way to Ayurveda. I am Dr. Kavya Vasudev and you are watching Study Ashtanga Hridaya series. Please subscribe to my channel and enable the bell button for continuous updates in Samhita. In the last videos, we completed the 8 chapters of Ashtanga Hridaya Sutrasthana, moving with the 9th chapter, Dravyadi Vijnaniya Adhyaya. अथादो द्रव्यादि विज्ञानीयम् अध्यायं व्याख्यास्यामः इतिह स्माहुरात्रयादयो महर्षयः. The chapter called as Dravyadi Vijnaniya is being explained as being told by Atrayadi Maharshis. In this chapter, Dravyadi Vijnaniya Adhyaya, the properties or the different aspects of the Dravyas has been mentioned. Already the Gunas has been told in the first chapter. The Gurvadi Gunas has been explained, and the other factors which are dependent on the Dravya such as Rasa, Virya and Vipaka has been mentioned in this chapter. So, Dravya Pradhanyata, what is the importance of Dravya has been mentioned. द्रव्यमेव रसादीनां श्रेष्ठं ते हि तदाश्रयाः पंचभूतात्मकं तत्तु क्ष्मामधिष्ठाय जायते अम्बयोनि अग्निपवन नभसां समवायतः तन्निवृत्तिर्विशेषश्च व्यपदेशस्तु भूयसा. द्रव्यम् एव रसादीनां श्रेष्ठं ते हि तद् आश्रयाः पंचभूतात्मकं तत्तु क्ष्माम् अधिष्ठाय जायते अम्बु योनि अग्नि पवन नभसां समवायतः तत् निर्वृत्तिः विशेषः च व्यपदेशः तु भूयसा. द्रव्यम् एव रसादीनां श्रेष्ठं ते हि तत् आश्रयाः पंचभूतात्मकं तत्तु क्ष्माम् अधिष्ठाय जायते अम्बु योनि अग्नि पवन नभसां समवायतः तत् निर्वृत्तिः विशेषः च व्यपदेशः तु भूयसा. So the other factors or the factors which are being dependent on the Dravyas are Rasa, Guna, Virya, Vipaka and Prabhava. And among all these things, Dravya is considered as the best or considered as the superior among these things, because all these things are dependent on the Dravya. Without the Dravya or the matter, we cannot perceive the taste, or we cannot understand the guna, or we cannot understand the virya, vipaka or prabhava. If there is the dravya, then only we can understand all these things. So rasa, guna, virya, vipaka and prabhava are dependent on dravya. So dravya is considered as important, or that is the reason because dravya is considered as pradhana. And this dravya is constituted by the Pancha Mahabhuta, and Prithvi forms the base or Adhisthana of all the dravyas, and Ambu or Jala forms the origin or the Yoni. All the dravyas will be formed from this Ambu or Jala, and the combination of Agni, Vayu and Akasha Bhutas is responsible for its origin and diversity of the Dravya. So all these Dravyas, all these Pancha Mahabhutas are responsible for the formation of a particular Dravya. That is, Prithvi forms the base, Ambu is the origin, and the combination of Agni, Vayu and Akasha is responsible for its creation and diversity. That is, the different forms of Dravyas are being formed by the difference in combination of these Pancha Mahabhutas. And Dravya is named according to the predominance of Bhuta. That is, all the Dravyas, all the matters is made up of these Pancha Mahabhutas. The based on the which Mahabhuta is predominant, the Dravya will be getting that particular name. So this is considered as the Dravya Pradhanyata. Next is Rasa. So in this chapter, the properties such as Rasa, Virya, Vipaka and Prabhava are being explained in detail. Already the concept of Guna has been mentioned in the first chapter. So moving with Rasa. तस्मात् न एकरसं द्रव्यं भूतसङ्घात संभवात् न एकदोषास्तदो रोगास्तत्र व्यक्तो रसः स्मृतः अव्यक्तो अनुरसः किञ्चिदन्ते व्यक्तो अपि च इष्यते. तस्मात् न एकरसं द्रव्यं भूतसङ्घात संभवात् न एकदोषाः ततो रोगाः तत्र व्यक्तो रसः स्मृतः अव्यक्तो अनुरसः किंचित् अन्ते व्यक्तो अपि च इष्यते तस्मात् न एकरसं द्रव्यं भूतसङ्घात संभवात् न एकदोषाः ततो रोगाः तत्र व्यक्तो रसः स्मृतः अव्यक्तो अनुरसः किंचित् अन्ते व्यक्तो अपि च इष्यते. So what is rasa is being mentioned, that is no dravyas are consisting of single rasa, that is all the dravyas are composed of all the shad rasas, that is swadu amla, lavana tikta katu and kashaya. And because of the predominance of this pancha mahabhuta, they will be having a predominance of one particular rasa, or one or other rasas will be more predominantly seen. Based on the which mahabhuta is predominant, the substance or the compared to that, the particular rasa will also be seen in the dravya. No dravyas are present with a single rasa, and whichever mahabhuta is predominant, based on that the dravya will be having the predominance of the rasa also. All the shad rasas are present in a dravya, but the predominant rasas will be only perceivable. And for example, they have given that there is no disease which is caused due to the single dosha dushti. Though we can consider vata dosha or vadaja vyathis, pittaja vyathis and kaphaja vyathis, there will be involvement of the other doshas in the later stages. Initially one dosha will be involved and it will be getting dushti, and then later when the samprapti goes on, it will involve the other doshas also. So we can't tell that any diseases are just single dosha udbhava. All the doshas are involved in the roga utpatti. Similarly, in the dravyas also, there is no dravya which is present with only one rasa. All the dravyas are having all the rasas, but the predominance of this rasa depends on the predominance of the mahabhuta by which it is being composed. And similarly, all the dravyas are having all the mahabhutas, but the predominance varies. So the substance or that which is being clearly perceptible during the intake of dravya is called as rasa. That is the taste which we can perceive at the first bite of the dravya itself, that is called as rasa. And that which is revealed slightly, or it is not clearly got, and it is clearly revealed at the end of the intake of food, that is called as anurasa. So the taste which is being perceived initially itself when we are consuming the food is called as rasa, and when the taste is not that much clearly revealed, or it is being clearly told or clearly revealed by the end, or clearly perceptible at the end of the intake of the food, then that is called as anurasa. So these are the two types, that is rasa and anurasa. So all the dravyas consist of this shad rasas. Next is Gurvadayo Gunadravye Prithivyadau Rasashraye Raseshu Vyapatishyante Sahajarya Upacharataha. Gurvadayo Gunadravye Prithivyadau Rasa Ashraye Raseshu Vyapatishyante Sahajarya Upacharataha. Gurvadayo Gunadravye Prithivyadau Rasa Ashraye Raseshu Vyapatishyante Sahajarya Upacharataha. So the Gurvadi gunas are considered to be located in the dravya. Already it has been mentioned the rasa, guna, virya, vipaka and prabhava are dependent on the dravya. It is dravya ashraya, and is being formed by prithvyadi bhutas. All the prithvyadi panchamaha bhutas are present, or it is responsible for the formation of this dravya, and they are the base. This panchamaha bhuta are the base for both dravya and rasa, and these gunas are attributed as being located in the rasas. That is, based on the rasa we can identify the guna. That is, it is sahajarya that is, the relation is being general. That, for example, Guru Guna will be having Mathura Rasa. In almost all the cases, the dravyas which are having Guru Guna will be having Mathura Rasa. Similarly, Lakhu Gunas will be most predominant of Amla rasa. This is the common or general principle. There can be changes in particular dravyas also. So these Gurvadi gunas are located in dravyas. Both these dravyas and the rasas are made up of or formed by the Pancha Mahabhuta. Next, the features of different Mahabhuta dravyas are being mentioned. First, Parthiva Dravya Lakshana. Tatra Dravyam Guru Sthula Sthira Gandha Gunolbhanam Parthivam Gaurava Sthairya Sanghada Upachayavaham. Tatra Dravyam Guru Sthula Sthira Gandha Gunolbhanam Parthivam Gaurava Sthairya Sanghada Upachayavaham. Tatra Dravyam Guru Sthula Sthira Gandha Gunolbhanam Parthivam Gaurava Sthairya Sanghada Upachayavaham. The dravyas which is predominant of Prithvi Mahabhuta is having the properties such as Guru, that is very heavy, Sthula, very bulky or gross in nature, Sthira, that is stable, and Gandha, Gunolbhanam, that is it will be predominant of smell, or the Parthiva Dravyas or Prithvi Mahabhuta is predominant, or the Vishesha Guna of Prithvi Mahabhuta is Gandha. So the Parthiva Dravyas also will be having the Gandha Gunolbhana, that is the predominance of Gandha Guna can be seen in the Parthiva Dravyas. And when such Parthiva Dravyas are consumed, then it will produce or it will enhance the body with Gaurava, that is heaviness, Sthairya, stability, Sanghada, compactness, and Upachayavaham, that is helps in increasement or the growth will be enhanced. So the Parthiva Dravyas when consumed, it will give Gaurava, Sthairya, Sanghada and Upachaya. Next is Apya Dravya Lakshana, that is Jala Dravyas. Dravashida Guru Snigdha Manda Sandra Rasolbhanam Apyam Snehana Vishyenda Kleda Prahlada Bandhakrid. Drava Shita Guru Snigdha Manda Sandra Rasolbhanam Apyam Snehana Vishyenda Kleda Prahlada Bandhakrit. Drava Shita Guru Snigdha Manda Sandra Rasolbhanam Apyam Snehana Vishyenda Kleda Prahlada Bandhakrit. So the Apya Dravyas or the Dravyas which are predominant of Jala Mahabhuta are having the properties such as Drava, that is it is liquid in nature, Shita, that is Shita Virya or cold in potency, Guru, heaviness, Snigdha, that is oily or unctuous property will be there, Manda, it is dull, Sandra, thickness, and Rasolbhana, it will be predominant in Rasa, that is taste. That is Mahabhuta is Vishesha Guna is Rasa. So the Apya Dravyas also will be having the Rasa Guna in more or the predominance. Then the properties are Drava, Shita, Guru, Snigdha, Manda, Sandra and Rasolbhana. And also when this Apya Dravyas or the Jala Mahabhuta predominant Dravyas are consumed, then it will produces Snehana, that is lubrication in the body, Vishyenda, that is increases the moisture or secretion in the body, Kleda, that is keeping the body wet or moisture will be present, Prahlada, getting satisfaction, and Bandhakrit, it produces obstruction. So Snehana, Vishyenda, Kleda, Prahlada and Bandhakrit. These are the functions of Apya Dravya when consumed. Next is Agneya Dravya Lakshana. Ruksha Tikshna Ushna Vishada Sukshma Rupa Gunolbhanam Agneyam Daha Bhavarna Prakasha Pajanatmakam. Ruksha Tikshna Ushna Vishada Sukshma Rupa Gunolbhanam Agneyam Daha Bha Varna Prakasha Pajanatmakam. Ruksha Tikshna Ushna Vishata Sukshma Rupa Gunolbhanam Agneyam Daha Bha Varna Prakasha Pajanatmakam. So the Agneya Dravya or the Dravyas which are predominant of Agni Mahabhuta are having the properties such as Ruksha, that is dry, Tikshna, very fast in action or penetrating action, Ushna, hot or Ushna Virya, Vishada, that is non-slimy or clear, Sukshma, it will be very minute, and Rupa Gunolbhanam, that is it will be predominant of Rupa or the appearance will be more predominant. That is the Vishesha Lakshana of Agni Mahabhuta is Rupa. So the Agneya Dravyas also will be predominant of Rupa Guna. So the Gunas are Ruksha, Tikshna, Ushna, Vishata, Sukshma and Rupa Guna. And the functions of Agneya Dravyas are it produces or causes Daha, that is burning sensation, Bha, lustre, Varna, expression of the color or the color of the body, Prakasha, when it considering the body, it will produce the complexion, or the other Dravyas, it will be having the light. And Pachanatmaka, it helps in digestion. So the karmas are Daha, Bha, Varna, Prakasha and helps in Pachana. Next is Vayavya Dravya Lakshana. Vayavyam Ruksha Vishada Lakhu Sparsha Gunolbanam Rauksha Lakhava Vaishadya Vijara Glanikarakam. Vayavyam Ruksha Vishada Lakhu Sparsha Gunolbanam Rauksha Lakhava Vaishadya Vijara Glanikarakam. Vayavyam Ruksha Vishada Lakhu Sparsha Gunolbanam Rauksha Lakhava Vaishadya Vijara Glanikarakam. So the dravyas which are predominant of Vayu Mahabhuta will be Ruksha, that is dry, Vishada, non-slimy, Lakhu, that is light in nature, and Sparsha Gunalbanam, that is predominant in Sparsha or touch sensation. So the properties of Vayavya dravyas are Ruksha, Vishada, Lakhu and Sparsha Guna. And it produces, or the karmas are Rauksha, that is dryness in the body, Lakhava, lightness, Vaishadya, transparency or the clarity, Vichara, that is easy movements, and Glanikaraka, exhaustion. So the functions or the karmas of Vayavya dravyas are Rauksha, Lakhava, Vaishadya, Vichara and Glanikaraka. Next is Nabhasa Dravya Lakshana, that is the dravyas which are predominant of Akasha Mahabhuta. Nabhasam Sukshma Vishada Lakhu Shabda Gunolbanam Saushirya Lakhavakaram. Nabhasam Sukshma Vishada Lakhu Shabda Gunolbanam Saushirya Lakhavakaram. Nabhasam Sukshma Vishada Lakhu Shabda Gunolbanam Saushirya Lakhavakaram. The dravyas which are predominant of Akasha Mahabhuta are having the properties such as Sukshma, that is minuteness, Vishata, transparency, Lakhu, lightness, and Shabda Gunolbana, that is predominant in Shabda. And the karmas are Saushirya, produces the hollowness in the body, and Lakhavakara produces lightness. The properties are Sukshma, Vishada, Lakhu and Shabda Gunolbana, and the karmas are Saushirya and Lakhavakara. Today we started with the Dravyadi Vijnani Adhyaya, the 9th chapter of Ashtanga Hridaya Sutrasthana, and we'll be continuing the same chapter in the upcoming videos. For more updates on Samhita, make sure you subscribe the channel. Thank you. See you in the next video. Till then, bye.